Imagine your hometown is suddenly taken over by strangers from across the ocean. They build forts, rewrite your laws, change your religion, and demand you trade only with them. Would you adapt, resist, or try to play them against each other? Between 15 and 1800, this was the reality for indigenous peoples in Africa, Asia, and the Americas, as European colonization reshaped the world in very different ways. European powers, Spain, Portugal, England, France, and the Netherlands didn't just explore. They claimed territory, built empires, and imposed new political systems. In the Americas, Spain replaced indigenous governments with viceroyalties. Colonial administrations ruled directly from Madrid. In Africa, Europeans established fortified trading posts like Elmina Castle in West Africa, often backed by alliances with local rulers. In Asia, at first they worked within existing empires like the Mughal Empire in India or the Ming Dynasty in China, securing trade rights before pushing for greater influence. Quick check. Which region saw its governments replaced outright, and which saw Europeans work within existing systems at first? Colonization was fueled by mercantilism, the idea that wealth and power came from controlling trade and resources. Americas. The Encomienda system forced indigenous labor in silver mines like Potosi and on sugar plantations. The silver didn't just enrich Spain, it flowed into global trade networks. Africa. The transatlantic slave trade exploded. Some kingdoms, like Dahomey, grew wealthy supplying captives, while others collapsed under the violence and raids. Asia. The British East India Company and Dutch WHII dominated the spice, silk, and tea trades. In the Philippines, Spain controlled Manila as a key Pacific trade hub connecting Asia to the Americas. Quick check. How did mercantilism shape the economic relationship between Europeans and each region? European colonization changed languages, religions, and ways of life. Americas. Catholic missionaries converted millions, but blending created mestizo cultures combining European, indigenous, and African traditions. Africa. Christianity spread along coastal trade routes, while Islam and traditional beliefs remained strong inland. Asia. Cultural blending was selective. In Goa, Portuguese influence reshaped architecture and religion, while in Japan, the Tokugawa shoguns rejected Christianity and preserved their traditions. Quick check. In which region did cultural blending create entirely new social groups? Not all indigenous peoples responded the same way. Pueblo revolt in 1680 drove the Spanish out of New Mexico for over a decade. In Central Africa, Queen Nzinga of Ndongo and Matamba fought the Portuguese through shifting alliances and guerrilla tactics, resisting enslavement and colonial control. In India, the Maratha Confederacy fought prolonged wars against the Mughal Empire and later European powers. Adaptation. Some leaders traded with Europeans, using new weapons to strengthen their own power. Isolation. The Tokugawa shogunate in Japan restricted foreign contact after 1639, preserving political and cultural independence. Quick check. Which strategy, resistance, adaptation, or isolation proved most effective in the long run, and why? Colonization didn't look the same everywhere. Its impact depended on local power, geography, and the choices indigenous peoples made. If you were a leader in the 1600s, knowing each path carried massive risks, would you fight, adapt, or isolate? Region political, economic, cultural, social indigenous response. Americas replaced governments with colonial rule. Encomienda, silver mining, plantations, Catholicism, mestizo culture, armed revolts. Pueblo, Africa, trade forts, alliances with rulers, slave trade. Some kingdoms enriched coastal Christianity. Inland Islam, traditional resistance, alliances. Asia initially worked within empires, spice, silk, tea trade, monopolies. Selective blending, isolation in Japan. Adaptation, isolation. Thanks for watching Histoscript. If you learned something new today, or just love the hidden side of history, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story your textbook skipped. History isn't just dates, it's secrets, myths, and the strange truths behind it all. Stay curious. Stay tuned.